What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Virzi Effect podcast show. My name is Paul Virzi, and you guys listening to episode 635. I've been doing this forever, and I'm not in studio in New York City. Usually, when I have a guest, I'm in studio in New York City, but now I am in my home little garage nook, and I have a very special guest. I mean, I would say probably one of the most serious killers in New York. Well, started New York, New Jersey, whatever you want to say. But I'm so happy to have Vic Dibitetto on the show. Vic, thank you for being here. And before we started, we were just talking about how me and you, when I was very, very young, I opened for you at Governor's. We kind of just met that night.
Right.
But
In
then we did
Levittown, the one in Levittown.
the Governor's in Levittown.
Right.
And then it was funny. I was telling somebody the story the other day. They asked me and you to do New Year's Eve at Joker's Wild in New Haven when it first opened. They were still doing construction.
With a Nunziata,
Yeah.
and another partner. Wow.
And the guy, I don't know if you remember this, but the guy goes on. He was one of the partners, and he goes on and makes the announcement, and he goes, "Guys, tonight's show is opening with great. We got great shows." He goes, "Next week we have the funniest man, Angel Salazar, rest his soul. Angel Salazar's here. It's gonna be the guys tonight. They're good. They're good.
Right.
But next week it's gonna be." I remember that, man.
Wow. Then we had pizza across the street.
Then we had pizza across the street. That's right.
Frank Pepe's. Wow. What year was that?
Oh my God, that must have been. I would say that would probably 13 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
30, 12, something like that. Yeah, unbelievable.
Damn.
And then you go on, the people know you. You go on and you go viral you went viral before a lot of people were going viral.
Yeah, that was the bread and milk. The thing is, I've been doing these videos. First of all, I want to thank you for having me on here. I mean,
Of course.
you told Dino to call my manager, Russell, and I'm happy. It's good to see one of the good guys having all the success.
Well, you too, my friend.
You were always one of the good ones.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Getting back to that, I was doing the video since 2009. I have over 10,000 videos, but Bread and Milk was the first one that happened to go viral. And here I am, this 63-year-old chooch using the social media, which is rare, a boomer doing this. And it got me my following. And thank God I have a loyal fan base.
Yeah.
And I'm selling out theaters and clubs. And this business. I'm just riding the wave. And I've been riding it I'm going on 42 years, man. I mean,
oh my God.
First that I went on stage was at Pips in Brooklyn. Andrew Dice Clay was the MC.
Oh my God.
That's how long I'm doing this.
You know why I give you credit? You were an inspiration. I remember talking to you in the parking lot, and you tell me you were going on about, like 30 years. So that means, we're talking 12, 13 years ago. And I know that you were driving a bus, and you were taking the schlep from wherever you lived all the way to these things. But the thing that you did, Vic, you always just nice guy, gentleman. You got on stage and you were a fucking killer. You treated everybody with respect. Even when I was a young, scared kid in Governor's, you go, "Why are you sitting in the corner?" You're nice. But then you adapted to the technology. You adapted.
Yes.
Some people go, "Oh, I don't know that. I don't care what it's like." Well, you know what? Learn to know it, because it could change your life.
Right. I mean, you got to change with the times. The old days of going on Carson and getting called to the couch. You could do Kimmel and Colbert a million times. It means nothing. The new thing is the social media. And thank God it clicked, and I enjoy it. I love editing, but yet it took me 45 minutes to get on the Zoom. Go figure. I don't know. I'm with my glasses. I'm calling my wife. She's flipping out. I'm like, relax. That's why Dino sent you that text. And you said, "Don't worry, I wouldn't stand you up." But I feel like, Paul, you don't know me with this shit. Can I curse on this thing?
Of course you can.
Oh, okay.
Of course you can. No, you are, and my mother watches clips all the time, and you are like one of her favorites. But it's so nice to see, man. It's so nice to see you doing good. And another thing that me and you have in common, which I didn't know, we didn't hang out enough to talk about this, but your New York Giant coach videos that you do. When you do the New York Giant, but what I love about you doing that is you take your frustration out on setting that up, and you're able to make content out of it, which is
Yeah.
fantastic. But no, I mean, it's a rough one, man.
It opened up a whole new audience.
Yeah.
I got the football audience, the baseball audience with the Yankees, and now I'm starting to do the Knicks, and that's another audience.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
amazing.
and it's just and I'm saying to myself, how come nobody from the Yankees or the Giants has? I'm sure they're watching. I heard from reliable sources they are watching.
Yeah.
Why don't they feature me in like on the Yes No? Look, naturally I'll keep the cursing out. Just
Yeah.
everybody's so scared to take that step. It's like walking on eggshells. Dude, just say, the script has to be pre-approved. You can't
Sure.
cut. No problem. I mean, who's that guy? Rob Riggle? I mean, come on. Hey,
Well, I could see you on the jumbotron during a game when we got to get a comeback, and they put that on, and everybody goes nuts.
I was on the Jumbotron in Yankee Stadium because the camera guy was a fan of mine. And
Oh,
I just give my signature look.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the whole stadium went crazy. It was a great,
Really?
yeah, it was a good moment. It was pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's amazing. That's amazing. It is nice when you get I remember when I took my son to the Knicks, and we had the seats, like the nice seats, which I'm very thankful for. And they said, "Hey, do you want to get put on the thing with your son?" And
How
it was
great is
I'm a
that?
Knick fan. I'm a Knick, and like, I'm a guy telling jokes, and people reckon it's really nice.
It's one of the perks of the business. It really is.
How is the thing now? Your wife, this must be a wild thing for her to see you were slugging it out for 30 years, and then all of a sudden, boom, and she's probably, but that's how they're having a great woman, man, right?
You just said it. You answered your own question. If your wife is behind you, that's half the battle. Now,
Yeah,
there's a woman who sacrificed 40 years of staying home on weekends so I could pursue my dream.
unreal.
The only problem is like when we go out to eat, now it's starting to bother, which I can't, I understand that we need our privacy. I love getting recognized, believe it. I love getting, but not when I got a fork in my mouth and I'm about to eat with my wife.
I know.
Then they say, I don't mean to bother you. And then they bother you. There's a time and place. I'll stop anywhere on the street, in the supermarket. I signed
Yeah.
an autograph from the Belt Parkway in traffic. I love that. Just not when I'm with my wife. In my house, where
Yeah.
my wife sleeps, where my kids play with their toys.
These people got no shame. These people will get you out of a car. I mean, that's unbelievable.
I know they mean well, but you
Sure.
gotta. I had a guy come to the house one time. Now my wife's flipping out. I'm in the back, hosing off the flowers, and she goes, "There's some fan outside. You better take care of this." I'm like, "Dude, what are you?" Oh, I tried to get tickets for your show. You were
Yeah.
sold out. So you come to my fucking house? So I said, "Dude, you can't do this." So I
Oh,
gave him. I signed the autograph. I'd take a picture, but the street, don't get the house. He
yeah.
was very. He apologized. But what if it was a fucking Mark David Chapman type?
You never know.
Fucking crazies out
You,
there.
you get some lunatic. I don't know if you saw the CEO that just got killed. Did you see
Oh,
that?
it's all over. It's all over the internet.
It looked like a movie.
The guy used a silencer. That
I,
was a
I, I
that was
was
a
on.
that was
Yeah,
an execution.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was done well. Then he gets on a fucking bike. How
That
did you find the guy riding the bike in Manhattan with all these cameras? They got to catch this guy. They
they
have.
got a kid. They said like the color of the book bag and a color of a jacket. And it broad. I mean, in the morning he pulls out a silencer. That was unbelievable.
Look, I
Uh,
hate my insurance company, but I would never take it to that level.
yeah. Listen, Etna's not great, but no, man. I'm so happy that you're on the show. You
I'd love
said
to work with you one time. That'd be great.
we got to. Oh, we definitely got to do something
With
again.
that maniac behind you, Joey Diaz. He lives 2 minutes from me. We go out for lunch.
We did a
Joey, do you
double.
realize how much money we could make if we go on tour? He's in his own universe. I gave up.
He Joey and I we did something at the what is it, the dojo.
Right, that's up in North Jersey, right?
Morris Plains, no?
Morristown.
Yeah, yeah. He called me up. We did a little double thing there. It's like 100 something seater. Work out new stuff. It was great. But I would love to work with you again for
He's a
sure.
character.
Yeah. So now you're touring all over the country now. You're going. You're.
all over the place. I work from New England to Florida, and I'll shoot to Chicago. I'm going to Arizona this weekend. I'm happy. I got a nice little career. I don't care if I don't do California or Boise, Idaho. I'm all right with that. It's
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But I'm selling out clubs and theaters. I got a loyal following, and I'm in a TV show on Amazon Prime, and the Gravesend's about the mob in Brooklyn in the '80s. I got a cute little part. I hope I don't get whacked, so I'll last another few seasons.
Yeah.
Still filming. It gets better. It's season 3, and I tell people, I get comments. How come you don't have a Netflix special? How come you're not in? There's different levels of success. I got a beautiful house. My
Yeah.
kids are healthy. I got a great wife. I'm making a nice living. I drive a Lexus. Who the fuck am I to complain?
Yeah, yeah.
Come
That's
on.
why, and that's why you're
I'm
successful.
63. When you hit your 60s, you'll see all your priorities change.
Yeah. No, no, it's so great to see too. And I think, like you said, it's like you're happy with, some people have a perception of what they think it should be, but you got everything that you need, you got, and you did it.
I used to drive a school before I drove the school bus for 13 years. I drove a garbage truck. And that's how
All
I
right.
got into danger. My route was in Manhattan. So I drove to Dangerfields one night in my truck. I asked Tony Bavacqua, if I pick up your garbage, can you give me stage time? That's how I broke into
Are you
Dangerfield.
kidding me?
I went on stage in my uniform, did my act. I'm back in the truck. I'm honking the horn. The fucking audience is waving at me through the window.
What?
You think Seinfeld ever had to do that?
Oh my, that's incredible story. Are you serious?
That's how I got it. When I used to go to the Borgata, the
Yeah.
comedy club at the Borgata, you booked there for a week. I used to do my show. All the comics that, hey, hang out, have a drink. Not me. Had to drive home. I live in Jersey, sleep 4 hours, go to Staten Island, do my bus route, come back home, do the same thing for 5 fucking nights. By Sunday, I'm a zombie.
Oh my, yeah.
You talk about sacrifice.
You really are an inspiration, man. You're an inspiration because you know, they call it killing in obscurity, right? For so long, decades, you go out and you kill, and people say, and it's always frustrating when they go, "How come you're not? You should be this. You should," and you go out, and sometimes we never really show it, but sometimes that hurts. You know,
Absolutely.
I remember calling my wife going, the staff here said that I was one of the strongest headliners they had all year. And then after 2, 3, 4 years, that people kept saying that, I'm going, well, something. And then finally it literally took me 14, 15 years for anybody to give a shit this much.
Yep.
But I read something today and I saw something today that said the only thing that can, not to be all motivational here, but the thing that you can't stop is somebody that's not willing to, somebody that won't quit. And if you don't quit and you keep going, it's there. That's a force that people underestimate. It can't be stopped.
Steve Martin has the best quote. I'm sure you heard it. Be so good that they can't ignore you. I
Yeah.
love that quote.
Yeah. It's perfect.
I got a comment the other day. He's a fake Sebastian. First of all, I don't understand that comparison bullshit.
Yeah. It's
I
ridiculous.
started doing comedy 25 years before Sebastian even started. So how could I be a fake Sebastian?
Yeah.
I'm happy for the guy. I never met him. I like to see good guys make it, and it helps if you're Italian.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, that takes it to
Because
another level.
you know more than me. Italians are very jealous. If there's a basket of crabs, like Chaz Palminteri told me this, and it's a great example. If there's a basket of crabs and one crab is trying to get out, there's always one that tries to pull you back into the basket.
Yeah.
Jealousy is a horrible thing.
And when something that when I started to make moves, listen, I got a lot of work to do, but I'll tell you what, when I started to make moves, you know what I noticed? When you let go of giving a shit what other people do, and I'll be honest, I was guilty of seeing somebody get something, and not that I was jealous or didn't want them, but you go, I'm good.
You say, I could do that
I
too.
could do that
That's
too. Where's my
exactly.
chance? And yeah, and then all of a sudden, I realized that that's no good. Fuck it. It doesn't
No,
matter. It doesn't matter. Their
because
path is their path.
and then if here's another scenario you could add to that. Then if you make it, there'll always be somebody who thinks about that about you. It's a vicious fucking
Yes. Yep.
cycle. Surround yourself with positive people, man. And I agree with you. I used to argue with people on the social media. Now it's just block and delete. You don't like me? Fine. Goodbye.
Oh yeah, that's
Just,
part of you. I used to get hurt when people would say things, and I would go like, "Oh," because they don't realize like. And then all of a sudden, I realized I go, "They don't know me." It was funny. One time, I did a special, the first special I did for Comedy Central, and I was just making fun of how Trump tweeted everywhere. Didn't show any politics because I don't. I don't do that. But I just made fun of how Trump would tweet, and if he got to heaven after he died, he would tweet. And somebody was like, "That was funny until I saw his Democratic point of view." And I said, first
there
of all.
you go.
So
There you
when I
go.
was younger, I went back at the people and I go, first of all, I'm not a Democrat or you don't even know what I am. And then you know what he said? He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to watch it again. I'm a big fan." They just want to talk. It's not even real. These people, it's not even real with them. They just say dumb shit, you know? Did I lose you? What's up?
Did I freeze? You froze.
Yeah.
All right, back.
Okay.
That's why I avoid I and gravy instead of politics.
Yeah. No, there's no reason. You want to talk about a vicious circle? Everybody going nuts about this. Everybody going nuts about the election. And guess what's going to happen in 4 years, Vic? We're going to be. It's the same. This never goes away. This
No.
never goes away. This is the most important election of your life. I've been hearing that. Listen, I've been hearing that since the first Bush.
Remember Y2K? Oh, the year 2000, the world's going to fall apart.
No, love your
Just worry
children.
about yourself, worry about your family, get
Yeah.
up every morning, do the right thing, and just be nice to people. That's all.
So let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a question about your content and I want to ask you a question about your content and the videos that you do. So over the years, you must have learned now, like with the bread and the milk and with all the things, you probably have a sense and a pulse now of like maybe either seeing something that's going on or knowing, hey, now's the time to strike on this. I guess what I'm saying is, did you starting that a long time ago really prepare you better for now?
I've noticed it's changed. I notice the harder I work and the more I try to have diverse content, it's not working. The social media, Facebook has changed the algorithms. It's not the same. Facebook wants something different than YouTube. YouTube wants something different than Instagram. Now I'm noticed you just fucking dance like an idiot for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It's like it's not about funny or talent, it's about
No.
views now. It's fucked up, man. But I'm still, say what you want about me with I have the most diverse content out there. I
Yeah.
do characters. I do the Giants, the Yankees. I have my cat. I do Rocky. I have ticked off Vic. I used to have my mother-in-law, may she rest in peace. She was in
Rest his
it.
soul.
Now everybody's got their mother-in-laws in the videos. It's just I try to come up with different because at the end of the day, I want to be known for the quality content. I'm not going to give in to that cheap shot. And hey, look at this pizzeria. Oh, yeah, I'm eating a pizzeria. This is good fucking pizza. Come on, is that
Yeah.
all you got? They're all one trick ponies. These guys.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, man. And you are such a versatile. And I'll say this, your career and what you've done and who you are is going to go down. You're a great man. Just know you're a great. And
Thanks,
I
Paul.
agree with you. It's like I don't give a shit about what pizzeria in Brooklyn, or I don't care about like I want good content, smart content. That's what it is. But you're right. Now it's views. And listen, I have really nothing bad to say about Netflix because they gave me a shot and I appreciate they've helped me. But
Hey,
but now it's about views. Now it's not about good anymore. Nothing is about good anymore. So, but you know what? You stick to what you do. People know what you do, and those are the fans that will love you always.
exactly. I got my following. Like I said, if you don't like me, move on. Just go change the channel. I know I'm not gonna make everybody happy. I mean, James from Governors, James, the
Yeah.
owner of Governors, he says he books these people and they sell out because they're these influencers on the social media, and he sits there and he watches. He's like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
I but You got to give the customers what they want. That's what it's come down to.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
changed.
I want to talk to you about some things that people would probably want to hear from you. This was just my thought because you're always being silly, which I love. Everybody loves. No, nobody loves silly more than me, and you have done that
Old
through your.
school, man. Come
It's the
on. These
best.
Stooges, Abbott and Costello, Monty Python. Come on.
Oh,
Those
the silliness is the best. But I want to ask you on a serious note, as a serious Yankee fan and as a Giant fan, I'm on the fence with this Juan Soto contract. Okay. I look at it like this.
Yep.
I don't know. First of all, Otani can pitch. This is the thing. The reason why Otani got over $500 million is the guy can pitch, the guy can hit, the guy can do it. Juan Soto, great hitter, average fielder, not the greatest base runner. I'm
Right.
saying if we don't give that money, I don't think it's the worst thing. But are you like on the get him or?
I agree with you. I say players should get paid according to what they produce.
Yeah,
Now, getting to Otani, all right, the guy didn't play the field. He was just a DH. I mean,
right.
that helps his longevity.
Sure.
Now, let's talk about Judge. I love Judge. He got the MVP, but Jesus Christ, you
Yeah,
got to fucking hit in the World Series, man.
I know.
Every year it. Look, I go back before. I don't know if you remember Bobby Mercer, Greg
Yes.
Nichols, and Horace Clark, Jerry Kenny. I go back, but it's getting harder and harder every year as a fan. People say Yankee fans are spoiled. At least you made it to the World Series. You got 27 rings. It's not the point. It's been the same shit for the past 15 years. Hal Steinbrenner, he's got Hal or Hank. Which one is alive? I don't know. One of them.
Yeah.
He gives a press conference. It's like he's got a personality of a fucking paper clip. If I owned the Yankees, I would be in the stands with the fans. I would
Yeah.
embrace that. They talk about tradition and history, and you knock down Yankee Stadium. The fucking Coliseum is still standing. And how do you knock down Yankee Stadium? Fenway still
Yeah.
going, built in
Yeah.
1912, the year the Titanic sunk.
Yeah.
Wrigley still going.
Yeah.
You can't go to a game now and say that's where Mickey Mantle homered. That's where Yogi tripled. And this new stadium, ever since they knocked down the stadium, I haven't been the same. I used to be religious and watch every game. Now I'll go into my app and see who's winning. I'll look at the headlines the next
Yeah.
day. They're making it harder and harder every year. I
Yeah.
love Soto, but the money. And could we work on the pitcher and the first baseman covering first base during spring training? That fifth inning
Oh my God.
hurt more than 2004 when the Red Sox came back. Please.
That fifth inning, it's funny. Game 3, I brought my family. I said, I don't care. I'm taking my family. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars. We do nothing. Then we win game 4, and it looks like we snapped out of it. And then to be up 5 runs in the 5th, and then that happened. It was like I was watching a slow car crash. I couldn't believe it.
And how do you pitch Cortez, who
Oh,
hasn't pitched in months, and put him in a situation like that in the World Series? I don't understand. Who's fucking running? Can't fucking somebody pick up the phone and, hey, Bone, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Is there any?
And the thing,
how come they don't think like the fans do?
No, and what people don't understand, Vic, is as much as analytics can work in situations, you know what it doesn't. And the biggest example of this, I don't know if you saw this, I don't know how big you are in the NFL, but if you remember, the Detroit Lions were in the NFC Championship against the 49ers, and he didn't kick. He didn't kick. He's on the 30, and they're up 3. They could have stayed up 3 scores. And he said, well, we did it all year. But here's what analytics doesn't figure out. When you're at home and you get a stop on 4th down, do you know what the crowd does? They lose their fucking minds, and it gets everybody going. And that analytics can't figure for that. And I'm going, there are certain times where you just got to take, you know what Bill Parcells always said? You got to take points. You got to take points. When points are in front of you, you got to take points. And in a big game, and it's not the regular season, it's a fucking to go to the Super Bowl. It drives me nuts. I hate the analytics. And I think Boone and the Yankees a little bit too much of, well, a lefty coming in. How about you go with the guy? They were going to try to take Cole out. And Cole said, no, you're not. Keep the guy that's mowing people down in. I don't care lefty or righty.
Don't fix what's not broke.
Yeah, 100%.
And then
100%.
They got to dig up Billy Martin, man. Fucking, I'm sure Boone's a nice guy, but god damn it, come on,
Yeah.
go with your gut. How about the man on second base, an extra inning? Who came up with that?
Oh,
Putting the man on
that's
second base.
oh,
Who
that's
came up with it, and who sat there? Oh, that's a good idea.
yeah, yeah. Like,
I don't
and
know.
if I see Saquon Barkley scoring 3 more touchdowns on I mean, if that's not the most, that's as painful as anything I'm watching. I mean, this guy not only he's MVP, and then you got
To the
McKinnon,
Eagles, no less.
the
Our
Eagles.
nemesis.
Uh,
Could we not only stick the knife in, but let's turn it?
and our
And I'm
safety,
happy for Daniel Jones. I hope
yeah.
his career goes like this. Good for him.
You know what? Good for him. They ruined that kid.
You need an offensive line.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to get the number one pick for the draft. One guy is not going to change. You need a whole that organization needs to be sold and redone from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get the number 1 draft pick, and now we got another guy running for his life. We got another guy running for his life now. We
It's
know.
just is I don't know. Sometimes I wake up, I feel like I'm in a fucking twilight zone, man. It's just the
Yeah.
world we grew up with is no more. Everything has changed. Everything.
But you know what we do have? I will tell you this. I think we have the best point guard in basketball. Jalen Brunson's unbelievable. The Knicks,
Yes.
the Knicks have a good team. They play good defense. They play defense. And yeah, I got to be happy with the Knicks. Thank God.
We get one New York team to bring us a championship.
That would be.
One.
And could you imagine the Knicks? I mean, the Knicks haven't won since. Do you know the Knicks won in 1973?
I thought it was 69. It was the Knicks, Jets, and
No, the Knicks won in 70 and 73.
oh, that's right. That's
And you know who the sixth man off the bench, the first man off the bench was for the Knicks in the early 70s?
You got me on that one.
Bill Jackson.
Wow.
Bill Jackson was the sixth man. He came off the bench. Yep. I believe Dave DeBusschere, rest his soul. Earl Monroe. What was Bill Bradley?
Bill Bradley.
Willis
Dick
Reed.
Barnett,
and Willis. Yep. That's the last time. The New York Knicks have not hoisted a trophy since 1973, the year my brother was born, and he's going to be 51 this summer. So that'll be great for New York if it happens, but.
And I don't care. Look, the Buffalo Bills, I'm tired of that whole speech. That's the true New York. Buffalo is fucking Canada. Can we just stop?
Yeah, it's anytime I'm on stage and if I ever say like, "Oh, you from New York?" and they go, "Yeah, Buffalo, Rochester," I go, "That's all right."
Yeah.
Might as well be Ontario.
12 fucking feet of snow up there. I don't know how people live up there.
Do you so what's your limit to gigs you'll fly to versus driving to? Will you drive up to
that question?
What's your hour limit?
4 hours.
Yeah.
I'll drive for if I do Rhode Island, I'll drive home.
Me too.
Anything further than that, I'm getting on a plane.
I just did Providence last week, 2 weekends
Comedy
ago.
Connection?
Yeah, fantastic.
I love that place.
And they redid it nice.
Really?
Oh, they renovated it. It's really nice. They got the bar's gone and the bar's now on the side.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. You go to Federal Hill when you go there?
No, where's that?
That's the Italian neighborhood. You got it.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I did. Yeah, the kid
at Wells Avenue.
Okay. Yeah, so
that whole strip.
Yeah, a kid from the big deli there, Restaurant Deli, in that strip came to my show, and he said, "Come in," and they just loaded. I mean, it was so ridiculous, but I get 3 bites. I can't.
You did a wheelie back home.
Yeah. And I do drive back like you. I say 3.5 to 4 hours. Otherwise, I'm getting on a plane. Yeah.
I like driving at night. That's the best time to drive. It's from Rhode Island because you don't got to deal with that fucking Merritt or the 95. One night I hit traffic on a GW, 2:00 in the morning. I'm pulling my fucking hair out. Are you kidding me? How do you hit traffic 2:00? That bridge should be knocked down and they should have canoes set up for the people. Don't get me started.
No. So now, do you take some time for the holidays at home? You stay home? Because I do.
Yes. Now here's where you're gonna say, "Holy shit!" I'm gonna go to Scotland. Both my kids live in Scotland.
What?
There you go.
Wait a minute. Both of
Yes,
you. So how old are your children?
30 and 35.
30 and 35, and they both live in Scotland.
Okay, here's the story. 7, 8 years ago, they went backpack. First of all, my son and my daughter are very close. I've never seen two close siblings like that. I love them to death.
That's fantastic.
They backpacked across Europe, Germany, Italy, Spain, all of Europe. They lived in hostels. I didn't sleep for a
What?
month. Yeah, don't get me. These kids today are nuts. So the last stop, the last stop was Scotland. And out of all the countries, they fell in love with Scotland. Fast forward, they went back again because they loved it so much, and they both met somebody. Yeah, they both met
Oh,
somebody, and that my son is gay, which I'm proud of. I said, Mike, I don't care if you're gay. Can you be gay in this country? So they go there. Yeah, exactly. So, and now we go there for Christmas and New Year's every year. We've been going back, and I'm thankful enough I'm able to afford to fly first class to go there, and it's great to get away from this country for a little to get away from. You need to get away from a place that everybody sounds like you.
so are your
So
kids married yet or no?
no, one is engaged and one is just they're together. What I don't know what gay people do. It's his partner. I don't know, but they're happy. They're healthy. That's all that matters. So we're going there for Christmas and New Year's.
That's fantastic.
Can't wait. Can't
So you're
wait.
gonna have, but you're gonna have Scottish in family extended. That have you met anybody?
I love them. I love my future son-in-law, and for New Year's, I'm going to be wearing a kilt.
Oh my God, you got
Stay
to put.
tuned for that video.
Well, I was gonna say that's going viral.
When I get a few Guinnesses in me, I'm going to be fucking. They say you're supposed to not supposed to wear underwear when you wear a kilt in Scotland.
Oh well.
My wife doesn't know. She says you better wear underwear. I'm not wearing underwear. Wait till you see that video. I'm gonna be in a dance for like one of those can girls.
I heard Scotland is unbelievably beautiful.
The only
I
bad thing, it fucking rains every day.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the people are amazing. They all sound like Fat Bastard from Austin Powers.
They all, yeah.
But what a very friend. They love Americans, friendly. They love their beer and just the mountain. Braveheart, that movie Braveheart.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Mountains, castles. It's just
Green,
beautiful.
a lot of green, right? Oh,
Beautiful. Yeah, from all the rain, it's just
yeah, yeah.
gorgeous. It really is.
The only thing about, look, I haven't been to Ireland or Scotland, but London, I performed. I had a great time. I saw the Giants play the Packers in London 2 years ago. We won that game, thank God.
No.
Um, the food's terrible. I mean, the
Yes,
food, listen, it is what it, but then we got on a train, Vic, and we took a 2.5 hour train to Paris, and everything I put in my mouth, I started crying. It was so good.
that's the beauty of Europe. You
Yeah.
could get in a plane and go to a different country. Over here, you're in a plane 6 hours. You're in California. You're still in this country. That's the
Yeah.
beauty of Europe.
It's amazing. So your son is 30 or 35?
35.
Okay. Okay, that's so cool, man. So you get to spend an unbelievable holiday in such a great country. That's
We rented out. We're going up in the Highlands, where the mountains are, and the castle. We rented out a little cottage. I can't wait. We do this every year. We've been doing it for the past 5 years. But eventually, I like to have one over here in New Jersey and have them come here. That would be nice.
oh, so wait, yeah. How long have they been in Scotland now? They've been there 5 years?
7 years. 7 years. Yeah.
Oh my God, I would have loved to seen the look on your face when they said, "Hey, we're not coming home."
I'm like, you couldn't move to Italy, Scotland? We love the culture. You're Italian, you fucking idiot. You love the you're gonna compare haggis to raviolis? Come on.
Oh God, that's great. It makes me think that like that had to be scary because my son Lucas now he's getting his license next year. Like he's getting his permit now soon. And I'm going, you're gonna pull out of the driveway and I have no control now. That
It's
oh my God.
kids living overseas, both your kids moving overseas. It's empty nest syndrome on steroids. Me and my wife had some bad moments here, but like I said before, we were able to afford. They come in also every few months because they love it. Both their partners love Manhattan. They love New York, so we've been able to see each other every few months. Thank God.
And you're in Jersey.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're in Jersey. Okay. Yeah, that's
by Joey. He was 6 minutes. I'm in Manalapan, Freehold.
okay. So what is that like central kind of?
Supposedly, Jersey doesn't have a central.
Oh,
It's just
sorry.
north and south. Yeah, but yeah, it's a central Jersey. Everything has a central. Can we please stop with this?
Yeah. I was on stage in Providence and I said, "Oh, Providence." And the lady goes, "East Providence." I said, "Lady, I don't get, are you nuts?" Screaming. I mean, these people are out of their mind.
Don't you hate some fucking people?
I drove here 3.5 hours to make you let you think I give a fuck if it's east, west, and north. I don't give it. I'm never coming back.
Just have a cocktail, sit back, let me entertain you.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So that's what so let's talk about that too. Oh, this time thing is running out. You know what I'll do? There'll be so when this in 3 minutes, I'm gonna stop it and I'm just gonna send you another email and we'll go for another few minutes.
Oh no, I got to go through that again.
Oh wait, you can't. What did you do though? Did you just hit the
Uh,
email?
all right. If I don't get to you right away, no, I clicked on the thing. Then I had to get an app.
Oh
I
wait,
had to
what?
put a username and a password. But then I went back to your email and I didn't read the whole thing. I know what to do now.
Okay, okay. Uh, yeah, we'll stop. I'll send you the email. You come
My
right back.
glasses on. All right. So I'm
Uh,
going to step this off.
no, you know what I'll do? Yeah, we'll do it now. So here's what we'll do. I'm
Please.
gonna. All right. So all right. So this is part one. All right, everybody. This is part one. We're gonna be right back for part two. I'll get you right back to you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, it'll be easy. Hold on.
I'm not doing anything, right?
Nope. So Vic, I want to do something. I don't really do this with a lot of guests, but since you're probably not new to my listeners because a lot of my listeners know you, but people see you in a different light. They see you ranting and raving and being hilarious and being silly, which we do. But now I want to kind of ask you some questions about like some fun stuff outside of that. What would be your I think I haven't I think I know Italians are going to be involved in this question, but what's your favorite movie of all time?
Raging Bull.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Over The Godfather. That's interesting. I
Yes.
usually get The Godfather, one or two.
Godfather's number two. Number three, well, like Godfather 1 and 2 was one movie to me.
Yes.
And
Me too.
part three, I don't even want to talk about part three. I don't know what Coppola was thinking. You got to have Duval in there instead of that fucking guy with the tan.
That's what did it. That's what they said ruined it was not having Duval.
And then, of course, Goodfellas, Bronx Tale, but Raging Bull. I mean, it's a masterpiece. It really is. It's a
Yeah.
fucking masterpiece.
What non-Italian movie do you love?
Oh my God, there's so many. That's tough.
Like if you no Scorsese, no De Niro, no, do you have one like a Western, like a Tombstone or a fucking you have anything like that? Or what do you got?
The first Gladiator,
Oh my God,
right?
what a great. We're so Italian though that even that's Roman Empire. We can't stay away.
You're right. You're right.
No, no, no. But that's a good one. That's a
But
good
how
one.
about musicals? You're gonna laugh. I cry when I watch Sound of Music
Really? Yeah.
and West Side Story.
Oh,
The
wow.
original. The original.
Okay.
1961, the year I was born. It won Best Picture.
Wow. All right. That's good. I like that. I hate to say this, and I didn't see it, so I don't know. I have a friend, saw Gladiator 2, said,
Yeah.
didn't say bad. It did great numbers, but how can you follow up? How can you follow up
Just leave the classics alone.
when they were carrying Russell Crowe off when he was dead and the
And the
music was on,
music,
and then
and
his
the music,
the music, and then
and
his
his
wife and
hand
son, then
the
his wife
weeds, and he sees his wife. Oh,
and
come
the
on.
son's waving to him, running to him. Oh, I mean, I got the oh my, forget about it. All right, Vic, this is fun. How about
Yes, it
favorite
is.
TV show? Favorite TV show of all time?
Oh my God. Honeymooners.
Oh, Honeymooners was great. How many weren't there? Was it only 21?
36. 36.
36. Yeah, that's the you know what? I was in a place here eating something in a cafe getting coffee, and Art Carney's son was in there.
I'm gonna meet him at Uncle Vinny's. They do a show. Joe Conti does a honeymooners type show, and Art Conti's son is gonna be there. He's gonna have the fucking hat,
No.
the actual hat that Norton. I'm gonna put it on and do a video. I can't wait.
Oh my God. I'm in there. And all of a sudden we see these guys talking. He's talking about sports teams, local sports teams. And all of a sudden my buddy goes, "You know who that is?" He goes, "Oh, that's Art Carney's son." He's an older man.
Yeah,
Wow. Honeymooners is how good was Gleason? I got
it
a good
took place in one room about a bus driver from Brooklyn. Sound familiar?
Oh my God.
One
Wow.
room, a kitchen,
A kitchen.
and it's timeless. The jokes are still relevant today.
It was so good. You know, my buddy Giannis Pappas, funny comedian, hilarious comedian. He
Yeah, I did it something with him in
Oh, you did something. Oh, in
Stefano,
the
the
Bay
Bay
Ridge
Ridge boys.
Bay
I
Ridge
played
Boys.
the doctor. I checked their prostate.
I saw that. Yes. So Giannis, that's so great. Giannis told me that he read Jackie Gleason's book. Two things I'll tell you that I learned
Oh,
from
he
it.
had a rough childhood, Jackie Gleason.
But he would eat two steaks for lunch, and they said by afternoon, late afternoon, he was on like 13 scotches. And he went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, you're smoking. And he goes, look, doc, I'm living like this. And he ended up going to 71. He lived like that. But and he would go in before any cameras, before any phones.
Didn't
He would
rehearse.
and he would go into stand-up rooms, though, I heard, and grab a microphone and level a place, nothing recorded, and leave. Here's something though
He
that
held
I
the,
heard.
he held the cigarette like this.
Oh, did he?
Did you see that movie with Brad Garrett?
No, but Brad played him, right?
You got to see that. He did a great job. You should watch that.
I definitely, yeah. Brad treated me very great when I was out at his club. So I don't know. There's autobiography when he died. Now, look, we could, people could fact check this, but this is what I heard. His wife wrote an autobiography after he died, and he was very close with Richard Nixon. Okay. Gleason and Richard Nixon were friends when Nixon was president. Okay.
Wow, know that.
Story goes that after he died, his wife wrote in the book that one day he's hanging out with Richard Nixon. He comes home pale as a ghost. And he told her that he was taken down in some naval base and saw some shit going on with aliens down there. And the
I
wife
think,
wrote,
I
who
think
knows?
the alcohol got to him. Wow.
Yes. So,
Well, then that's like, well, there's so many great shows. That's like, I mean, the 80s. I mean, you had so many. The 70s, you had All in the Family. Then the 80s, Cheers, Taxi, Mary Tyler Moore. I can't get into this. I don't know if my wife watches Big Bang. I just stare at
no,
the TV. I think
I can't believe you just said that. My wife loved Big Bang. I couldn't.
Friends, my kids used to like Friends. I just, okay, that's all right.
I like Yellowstone. You like Yellowstone?
Yes, I watched Tulsa King.
Yeah, Tulsa King is good. Yellowstone was
Yes.
good.
Yep.
Ozark was good until the wife started calling a drug lord and
He was
telling him, yeah,
annoying.
because that's reality. Because normally wives call a drug lord in Mexico and start
Right.
demanding
Right.
things.
Ruth, I love Ruth.
Oh
You
my
don't know
God.
fuck about shit.
And what
She
about
was
Beth?
great. She
Beth
was
in
great.
Beth in Yellowstone's unbelievable.
Yeah. Kevin
Uh,
Costner.
you know what I have to rewatch? I have to rewatch Sopranos.
There's always clip when you search, when you go through your uh thing on the news feed, it's always I watch and fucking the acting and writing was just fucking great.
The writing was amazing.
Yep.
I just did the podcast with the kids, Jamie Lynn and Rob, Jamie Lynn Ziegler and
Nice.
Rob. Yeah, they have a podcast called Not Today, Pal, and I just went on there. Could not have been more generous, gracious, nice, thankful, funny, amazing people.
I roasted them at the Brownstone in Jersey, Patterson. We roasted the Soprano. It was me, Jackie Martling, Joey Cola, John Peasy, and I met them all. Tony Sirico was a big fan of mine. He used to call me kid. And James Gandolfini, he's like big teddy bear. What a nice man.
Yeah,
I can't believe he's gone. But
yeah,
I did a show with them, Comedy You Can't Refuse. They Sharippa and Michael Imperioli were the host. They came out. I was, the comedian, and Johnny Sachs, he came out and sang. That was good times. Good time. Glad I was in that mix. It was fun.
yeah. It's amazing how, like, sometimes in this business, you get to a place and you look back and you can't believe that you're sitting
Yeah.
here, you're part of something.
I'm sure you got it. I mean, look at my fucking wall. That's my everything on that wall. It means something. I got pictures with Dice and
Yeah.
Chaz, and just it's so nice. We love what we do. We really do.
In 1993, me and my brother in Yonkers, we went to the movie theater in 1993 and we saw A Bronx Tale. And I'm watching A Bronx Tale and I remember being taken back by it, in my age and everything. And then I'm sitting in Chaz's house and he's telling me how killer he thought my Netflix special was and I'm going like it's like this life.
You're pinching yourself as he's talking.
There's only one person and one thing that I need to have happen, but before I can hang it up and call it a career is I do this because of Eddie Murphy. Eddie to me, my
All
dad
right,
took.
delirious or raw?
So for you, it's probably delirious. For me, it's raw because it was 87 and
All
I
right.
was 9. So delirious. I was too young to. I mean, listen. Don't get me wrong. When I was 9 or
How
10,
old are you? How old are you?
I'm in my mid 40s, 45. I just yeah. So no, holy shit! I just turned 46 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Okay.
When I was your age, I was 46.
So I'm 9 or 10 in 1987. Okay. I believe I was nine and a half years old, 1987. I see Raw, and he came out like a rock star. And um, when now people that know him, and I'm like this and that, and then I'm working with a guy who was filming something. He goes, "Oh, I think I'm going to be filming something with Eddie," and I'm like, "Send him a clip," and he's just like, Eddie's on Eddie's time, but Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy to me, man, larger than life,
Well,
for me.
for me, it's George Carlin.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, the generation,
You
but
did you
Eddie
ever meet him
Murphy,
or no?
never met him. Never
No,
met him. Nah.
no. He was. I mean, he's how good was he? I mean,
Eddie Murphy was, yeah, to me, Carlin and Pryor, that was like, yeah. I mean, I had all his albums. Albums. Oh boy.
how old were you when you did your first stand-up show?
Jesus. Fucking 20, 21.
Yeah, yeah.
At
Wow.
Pips Comedy, I had to follow Richard Jenny.
What?
I almost got booed off the stage. It was horrible. But the needle was hooked. I kept going back. Yeah, I was the rookie. I had to go on last on a Wednesday night
At
with me,
Pips.
with Jenny, John Maroney. God, those were good times. Like they said in Goodfellas, it was a glorious time.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's amazing. Um, so I ate last night. We went out to an Italian restaurant last night. What's your go-to meal at a if you're at a 10 restaurant, 5-star Michelin Italian, what are you getting?
Appetizers is fried calamari, baked clams, and a caprese salad. Main course, linguine with white clam sauce. And dessert, tiramisu with espresso and sambuca.
Wow.
And then a shot of limoncello, and give me the fucking take me to my car in a wheelbarrow.
You know what I love about that? You didn't take more than 10
No,
seconds from appetizer down.
I love food. I love Italian. I love all food, but Italian is number one. And we have a lot of good restaurants by us. We're lucky.
Do you
I love it.
do will
And
you
my
do the
wife's a great cook.
Oh yeah?
Oh my gosh. Eggplant parmesan,
Oh God.
chicken cutlet parmesan. She makes macaroni pie. It's just fucking. She gets it from her mother. She really, and it's good to see my daughters keeping the tradition out in Scotland.
Really? Well, you know what? With that food, she's gonna blow people's minds in Scotland. She's gonna, they're gonna end up coming over to Jersey.
She's gonna make
Um,
spaghetti and blood pudding. Ugh. Those are two words that shouldn't be together: blood and pudding. God bless the
yeah,
Scots.
God bless them. You know what? They care more about their booze. God bless them.
Exactly.
Their beers you can't mess with. But yeah.
Funny, they could understand me, but it's hard to understand them when they talk fast.
Oh, is that right?
They understand us. They love us. They love Italians. They right away. Oh, you should be in the Sopranos. It's
Yeah, yeah.
right away. The mafia thing comes in.
There's not a lot of Italians out there, right? When you went out there, did you see
Ah,
anybody? No.
nope.
Um, do you do sambuca at home with the coffee and espresso or no?
Yeah,
You do. Okay.
yeah. I'm old school. Glass every Sunday. It's the Sunday sauce or gravy, whatever you want to call it. As long as it tastes good, I don't care what you call it.
Yeah, yeah.
And we eat it early. We eat at 3 o'clock. We're real. We kept with the traditions, me and my wife.
That's great, man. Was your wife sick when the kids went to Scotland?
Oof. It
Harder
was
for her, right?
for me too.
Yeah.
Not we just got the cat. And it's just me, her, and the cat.
Yeah.
And now the cats kind of fill a nice void in that. You have pets?
My what? Yeah, we had we have a dog, and he'll be 9 uh this week. And we had two cats since I was 26 years old. We had two cats. One was 16 and one was 18 and a half. And they putting
Wow.
them down, and I took them to get put. I held them. I held
Oh,
them. It
I
was one
did
of the
that with my
hardest.
first cat. Tell me about it. I know.
Oh, dude, I didn't think it was gonna hit me like that.
I'm
I
not
didn't think
looking forward to that.
I did not expect it to hit me like that. But the lady said, came in the room. She said, "Ring." It's like a grieving room, or what did you just
Yes.
say?
Yeah.
And then she
Yep.
goes, "Hit the button when you want us to come in." And she said, the 3 shots. The first one sedates, the second one puts him to sleep, and then the third one kills him. I said, "Look," I said,
Yep.
"I'm going to hold him for the first two, but then I'm handing him off to you, and I'm walking out the door."
Yeah. Yep.
It was really, really hard.
I couldn't even drive home. My wife had to drive. It was
I
horrible.
didn't even take the thing. I forgot even to pay. I say, bill me. I
Yeah.
couldn't go up to the counter and deal with paperwork. I just said, get me out of here, man. It
Horrible.
really hits you, man. It's a part of the family, man.
Yeah, they're better than people,
They
animals.
are better than.
And it just sucks when you got to travel. We're lucky we got a cat sitter that comes to the house. Like we're going to be gone a while when we go to Scotland. She actually stays in the house, and
Oh,
he loves her, and it helps a lot. Believe me.
you don't go for Christmas though, right?
Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, so you leaving before the 25th.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Can't wait. Can't
And
wait.
where do you guys stay at a nice place, nice hotel?
We bought a flat out there. We own a flat out there, and when
Oh,
because we have a place to stay, and we go. But when we're not there, my daughter runs it as an Airbnb.
oh, nice.
Yeah, in Glasgow, right in the heart of Glasgow.
That's
It's great.
incredible.
Like I said before, who might have complained?
Could
You
you
know,
imagine in this if somebody told you you'd be able to go and buy a place in Scotland? I mean, look at that.
if you would have told me back in the '70s that I'd have a gay son and I'd be smoking pot with my daughter and I had a flat in Scotland, I would tell you, go get the fuck out of here. Life is funny, man. You never know.
Hey, you know what though? You know what? Your attitude and the reason why you're raising good kids is because how you guys are. It all comes to that. It's a blessing. We're blessed. That's the thing people don't realize. We're blessed.
I mean, you go out there into the world and you just put the news on. There's so much garbage out there, man. I can't believe it's fucking. There's no more morals and values and fucking. I don't know.
No,
I just like making people laugh. Like Billy Joel said, so they can forget about life for a while. I come here, let me entertain you for an hour. I love
yeah.
doing what I do. People are so angry. It's just nice when you hear people laughing. It's a good feeling. It
I
really
think
is.
that's why our business will always thrive. And I think that's the one thing
Yes,
that, the AI can't change. AI could write a script, AI can do this, but you know what it can't do? It can't get on stage and do what we do in real time, the way that we do it. Next question I have for you. What's your stance on abortion, deportation? And I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I took you serious for a second.
I saw your face and
Holy
you
shit!
were like, Paul, no,
Let's,
of course I
let's
would
talk
never.
about the Yankees again.
Anytime I always fuck with comedians, like, yeah. So real quick, what's your stance on it? And they're like, whoa, no. I'm just glad. I'll be honest with you. I'm glad I dodged a bullet. So some of my family is one way politically, and the other is the other way.
Yep.
And guess what? Thanksgiving, zero issues, and not only zero issues, nobody opened their mouth.
And they
It
should put
was
their phones in a basket at the door when they walk in.
Nobody brought it up. There was no
Like the old
awkwardness.
days.
That's
Everybody minded their own business. You voted for who you voted for. That was it.
You vote for, you vote for. You have your stance on politics, you have your stance on religion. But when you come here, let's eat and watch football.
Exactly.
That's it. I'm
Look,
2 years in a row, no issues.
I'm a proud father of a gay son, and I own 2 guns. So where the fuck do I stand?
Yeah, you're a normal, logical person. That's why. You're a normal,
The common sense party.
yeah. And that's amazing that, like, when anybody ever says like, "Oh, what would you do with a gay?" You know what I would do with a gay child? You know what I do? I'd fucking love them exactly the same exact way because I'm a father and that's my child. And anybody that is otherwise than that is nuts, in my opinion.
You know how many times I get parents of gay kids and gay kids themselves after the show? Because I do a whole bit about
Oh,
that.
they come up to you.
I just want to thank you, to see a guy like you. Because I have a line. I said, would you rather your kid come out of the closet or hang himself in a closet?
Wow.
That gets them all the time. And I get kids coming up to me, hugging me, and parents. It's such a good feeling. It really is.
Oh, that's amazing, Vic.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Anyone, we talked about it on the show before. Like anytime I talk about, mental health issues or anything when things that I struggled with, OCD. I remember, as a matter of fact, it's funny we talk about Joker's Wild. I really started to come out about my OCD and my fucked up thoughts in my mind.
I think all comics are fucked up in the
And
head a little bit, little
this
bit,
little
little
bit,
bit.
yeah. And this lady comes up to me, oh my God, like to hear somebody talk about it. So when you talk about that, you talk about, being a parent of somebody that's a hard thing, and knowing you probably were like, probably hugged and kissed him when he told you and say you could care less, right?
Yeah, I hugged. Yeah, he started tearing up. I'm tearing up. He says, "Daddy, why are you tearing up?" I said, "Well, next time mommy goes to Home Goods, you're gonna fucking take her." Anyway,
How old was,
memory I have of you.
yeah.
Do you do the bit where the guy got stabbed over 100 times?
Oh, no, no.
Say, okay, hold it, folks. That's 12. I'm exhausted. How the fuck do you?
Yeah, I
I
remember that.
think every comic has a bit that every comic remembers.
Yeah, she stabbed him 193 times and buried him and was staring at the thing. And I did it. Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it is funny. Like you always remember, like I remember the one with you, I remember was all the crucifixes and his Dracula coming over. And then I remember driving the family to Disney.
Oh my
I
God.
remember all of that, but yeah,
Driving the kids to Disney. Now they're in Scotland.
we flew. We flew.
Holy shit.
That's amazing. Like that you got kids in your 30s in Scotland of all places.
But we're still here. We're still like back to Raging Bull. You never got me down, Ray. You never got me down.
No. And listen,
We're still standing.
we all have those drives after a gig on the way home going, this is fun.
I still get the butterflies before I go on
Me
stage.
too.
Still get them.
And I never, even a bad night when I drove home going, man, it was never, I'm not doing this. It was always, I hope something happens.
Right.
But I still get nervous. I still get the butterflies.
Of course.
Sinatra said after 20 something years, he said, I would always get the butterflies. And he said, and if I didn't get the butterflies, something was wrong.
Exactly. That's when it's time to stop.
That fear.
When it feels like a job.
And you ever notice the most scared you are, the more nervous you are, you have a good set because that fear works in your favor.
I'm more nervous in front of 3 people than 1,500. Isn't that weird?
It is weird. Yeah.
You like that too? Like,
yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
you were saying before, you want to see people see what I'm like, other than screaming and cursing and doing a TikTok. I'm very quiet. I'm not one of those guys that's, you ever work with these guys like, dude, we know you're funny. You got the fucking on off switch. Could you just give it a rest? So I don't even tell people sometimes if they don't know me, what I do. Because then you go, oh, tell me a joke. I'm a simple guy off stage. When I hit that stage, something just clicks.
Vic, it's the same exact thing with me. Like people say to my wife and my little girl,
Is he funny at home?
Or he doesn't seem like, and I'm like, what do you want me to do? You want me to tap dance when I'm going in my kitchen? What do you want me? You want me to give you a glass of water like this and fuck? Look, I've seen these guys too. Chris Rock. You ever see Chris Rock? Chris Rock sits like this in a corner. They sit, Chappelle is a quiet guy. These are people, we go on stage, and when we go on stage, we do what we do. And then when we're not, it's, but listen.
Have a drink with me. I'd love to talk. Let's just talk.
Yeah. One guy, it's funny. One guy said, I didn't realize what he was doing. Every time this guy would come and see me, he would go, I want to sit down and we'll have a lunch and talk. And I'm thinking, writing, movie. And what he wanted to do, he wanted to write jokes for me that I do. And I'm going like, are you? Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. That's
you could put this in your act. My friends say I'm just like you. Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, it's like, what are you? Yeah, and
Can you pick on my friend?
but you
No,
see,
I'm not Don Rickles. I don't do that.
yeah, yeah.
How about
People
when they
write.
do this? And you see this to the audience?
Oh, that's the.
Oh,
Or when people go, some guy wrote me a long thing going, yeah, it's my wife's birthday. We're gonna be sitting. If you could, yeah, that's what I'm.
yeah. Here's my dream. Can I always get this? Can you give me a shout out? I want to rent out a fucking hall that seats 3,000 people and get a list of everybody. I'm going to give it and do it a shout out, an hour and a half of shout outs. And then, good night, everybody. What are you mad about? You wanted a shout out. And just walk off the fucking stage.
Where's Carl and his wife? Carl and his wife were. They're in row 18. Carl's wife. It's their 30th anniversary. I mean, these people
I don't
are
know.
these.
You ever
But
get this? You ever get this?
what?
Let me know when you're going to be at Levity Live or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to personally I have a fucking website. I have a list of my shows. I'm going to let you know personally. How do I get tickets for the Borgata?
Yeah,
Call Caesars.
yeah.
Holy shit.
I did a gig. It was a bunch of what was it? A huge gig. How do I get tickets? I don't know. Go to MadisonSquareGarden.com. Go to Ticketmaster.com. I mean, these people are. But you know what? It's kind of their way to be a part of it. It's like
I know. But if I go see Springsteen, I don't ask him. I go to his website. Come on.
I know. I know. It is. You know where I was the first time? So I just Dino at Uncle Vinny's. This is the first time I worked there like a year ago for the first time, and then he just had me back. I gotta say that club packed is
It's a great club.
when that club is
Yeah.
even one show was half packed and the others were packed. It was fantastic.
Yes. And a lot of good restaurants around there. It's a nice area. That's like 40 minutes. That's like my home club. I love going there. Dino and Jerry, they're great. They
Oh
do a
my
good
God,
job.
what a great room. You just go
Yep.
in there, it's got the dimensions perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's a
What's
great
your
room.
favorite comedy club? That's a
Uh
tough one.
why the
That's tough.
fuck is this blurry? My
I,
favorite
I'll,
comedy. Yeah.
other than Uncle Vinny's, I'll put the Comedy Connection and Governors up there. There's just so many.
Yeah, the improv in DC is incredible.
Never been there. I'm
Uh,
doing the other. I did the one in Albany, Syracuse, and now Arizona.
but yeah, I agree with you. The Providence Comedy Connection, man, that's like underrated. It's not talked about enough. It's a great room.
No. How about this? I get a lot of people say, would you rather do the clubs or the theaters? Now, there's a big difference. The club, you have that intimacy. The crowd is right there. Obviously, the theaters are better because more people, more money.
Yeah,
It's a big difference here when 1,200 people laugh instead of 200. I
yeah,
like them both. They
yeah.
I like them both. I can't pick and
I,
choose.
I think when you know what's nice? You ever do a 500 seat theater? The small theaters are nice because
Yes,
you get the best of both worlds.
yes.
I like a small, intimate theater, but I will tell you, there's something about a packed out comedy club, the buzz in the room, and they're sitting right there on you.
Did you ever do Rascals, or that was
The
before your
Rascals
time?
I did
In
was
West Orange.
no, I did the Montclair one.
Uh West
That was a
Orange. I opened for Sam Kinison in the late 1980s. He was all coked up. He passed out. The owner, Mark Magnuson, said, Sam, you're on in 2 minutes. He goes on stage, did a killer 2 hours, goes back in the green room and passed out again. I don't know how to. One of the nicest guys you ever met. So he gave a homeless guy $100 bill in Manhattan. What a nice
who did that? Kinnison?
Kinnison.
Wow, West Orange. You opened for Kinnison.
You had to go downstairs. That was one of the greatest clubs.
Do
Yep.
you still do Borgata?
No, I do the Hard Rock now because the people from the Borgata moved there and they love me and my manager. So they now I do the Hard Rock, which I kind of like better because it's on the boardwalk. There's more to do and it's got a different energy.
Same size?
A little bigger than the music box. They got the big room and the room about seats 1,200. That's the room I do. The sound waves.
Oh, okay. And it's new, right? It's newer.
Yeah, well, it's the old Trump.
Mahal? No,
Taj Mahal, but
oh,
they
okay.
redid everything.
Oh, okay.
I love the Borgata too. I mean, I love Atlantic City. It's close to my house, an hour and a half. I'm there.
Did you enjoy the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight?
You know what? I'll be honest. I didn't even watch it because I knew I
Good,
watched it
good
on the
for you.
highlights the next day. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what do you get? 40 million?
Paul got 40 million and Tyson got 20, but it was such a setup, man. You know, Tyson could have knocked him out, and then you see him hook his arm back, and it was just a money grab. And you know what? Good for you for not even taking it. It was
I'm getting the older you get, the more you don't give a fuck about some things. It's just the fights before that I saw. The women,
oh the win that was unbelievable.
I went to bed before the Tyson fight, but I saw the other fights because
Well,
I
you
knew.
saw the best thing of the night.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So before we wrap this up, man, and thank
Oh, I
you.
don't want to go.
You've been this is dude. You've
I
been
love you. I want to be
this.
with you. I
I
love you.
you've been the best, and seeing you, it just brought it back. You know, you're the best.
You
So what do
too,
you
man.
like? What do you yeah, like are you do you want to do? Because it's funny when people ask you this, right? Some guy comes up to me. I swear to God, he comes up to me like a year and a half ago, and he goes, "Yeah, I saw the Netflix thing. That's great." A fan. Imagine a fan saying this to you. It freaked me out. He goes, "Yeah, I saw the Netflix thing. That was great." He goes, "Yeah, so what's next for you?" And I was like, and you know what's funny is I almost called my manager like, "Hey, what's next?" You know, but which is a weird thing to say, but now I'm like, because stand up is something I never want to stop doing.
Right,
Like
and you never will.
stand up is something for me number one, but I
But
do like to,
Rickles did it in a wheelchair. We're gonna do it till
yeah.
we can.
I'm gonna do it till like yeah, you know, and
Absolutely.
but acting in certain things is something that I want to do.
Me
TV
too.
shows and stuff. Is that like is acting and like doing that the next thing for you, or what you want to continue to do?
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
like the needle was hooked when Kevin James put me in Mall Cop 2. I'll tell you that funny story. We have time?
Yes.
I'm in doing the comedy works in Albany. I'm in my hotel room. I was getting high. The phone rings. It says caller ID unknown. Whenever I see that, I never pick it up. I was fucking bored. I picked it up. Who's this? It's Vic. It's Kevin James. I'm like, who the fuck is this? He starts laughing because we started together at the East Side Comedy Club in Long Island years
Okay.
ago. We weren't buddies, but we knew of each other from the comedy circuit. And as he's talking, I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking. Now I got diarrhea going down my left leg. I'm like Ralph Cramden. Hamina. He says, I saw the video because I do this character called Tony Gaga. It's like the over the top Italian guy. You know who I am. I got a guy.
Yeah.
He says, and it gave me an idea for a part in my movie. I'm like, seriously? He said, I'm going to send you a script in 20 minutes. He sends me the script. Fast forward, I'm in Vegas for 6 weeks. I'm in a movie I'm doing a scene with him, Nick Totoro. It was
Wow.
great. He put my wife in a director's chair. She was smiling ear to ear. Fast forward, William DeMeo puts me in Gravesend. I love acting. I really do. I mean, I don't think I could do Hamlet,
Right.
but
Right.
yeah,
It's funny. I got the bug too when I did it. Even small parts, when you do a small part, you realize you're like, this is fun.
Sure. The only bad thing is a lot of downtime because it's the setting up the camera. They got to switch the shots. And comedy, you're in the belly of the beast. But with acting, if you fuck up, all right, let's do it again. But it's
Yeah.
fun. I love the food, the craft services. I love that.
I did I was in Bill Burr's movie Old Dads in a strip club, and I'm sitting next to you were
Fucking knew that was you.
oh when I got
The
punched.
boss scene, the fight,
Yeah, the fight. Yeah,
and you
yeah,
say,
yeah.
"Get him out of
Yeah,
here."
yeah, well, yeah, yeah. So I said, I'm not with them. I said, I'm not with them.
Right.
And yeah, but we're sitting there and I'm sitting next to fucking Bobby Cannavale, right? And Bobby Cannavale is and in between takes, he's going, Paul. He's going, just repeat what I say. He's like, and I'm intimidated, but now
Right.
he's so making it easy.
Hey, he's helping you out.
And then
Yeah.
and then he's like, hey, during the scene, and not many people know this, so this will be cool for the show, but he's going like, let's get Paul more. We should, as he's down on the ground, let's get him yelling something as he's being dragged out and all these things. And I remember when it was over, I was like, how fun it is. Like, of course, like you're nervous, you want to do a good job. I was in Pete Davidson's Bupkis in the season finale of that, and
Oh, I didn't see that.
yeah, it's the last episode where everybody's in rehab, and
Okay.
So I'm a guy who can't stop gambling on the Giants, and I'm sitting next to Joey Gay, and Joey Gay was a cocaine addict, right? So
I love
Joey,
the Billy Gate.
so
Wow, funny
so
guy.
so Joey Gay's sitting next to me. I go on there and I'm talking about, the Giants are going to cover, my wife, I'm doing this whole thing. And then it goes to Joey and he's like calm about how Coke is better than anything as well. He's making me, the hardest part of the scene was I'm biting my tongue so I stay serious because he's making me laugh. But after it's over and you're done and they cut and they say great job and you see it, you're going like, man, I love that. Like that was, even though stand up is my number one love, this is a fun thing.
You like watching your stand up on film. I can't watch myself, but
I
I could
no,
watch if an acting part, but I can't watch my stand up. That's weird, isn't it?
I could watch a clip of me that I pick.
Right, right.
If it's a 1 minute clip and I like how I look and the joke hits, I could look. But watching my whole thing, when I edit a special, my special, and I have to look at it for days, I can't. I
Uh,
can't.
but we're so alike. We really are.
No, we are. Like I'm listening to you. It's very, very similar. So
Oh,
what
by the way, Bill, I got my only Bill Burr story. I'm driving home. This is during COVID. I got his podcast on, and I did a video that went viral. Message to the government. It went viral, like 34 fucking million in 2 days because I talked about the $1,200 surplus that they're going to give us, which doesn't cover, groceries and gas, blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, because he's on a rant and he says, yeah, and he said my name right. I almost hit a fucking tree. He
oh,
says,
that's great.
yeah, I just saw this comic on the social, Vic Dibitetto. He did a whole rant about the social. I'm pulling over. Bill Burr said my fucking name in the radio. Holy shit. That was a pretty cool
That's
moment.
great. Well, everybody that sees you knows how great you are, and you're a great, and I think you're going to go down as an all-time great. And
Thank
you
you,
earned
Paul.
you, but you know what it is? It's like somebody said to me once, and I'm very, very humbled by it. When you do it long time, it's in bedrock. There's no gimmicks, there's no fake, there's nothing, there's no bullshit, there's no TikTok dances. It's decades and decades of doing what we do,
Yep.
being ready for the moment, and that's exactly it. I'm thrilled for you. I'm thrilled for your family. What do you got coming up next? Where could everybody see you?
Oh boy, just go to my website, vicdibitetto.net. Or like I tell everybody, the easiest thing, go to Google, just put in Vic D and everything shows up. I'm all over the place. When does this air? This
This week.
podcast.
This week.
So let me see. I'm old school. Hold on. I gotta go to my fucking
Yeah, go, go. It's
my
all good.
paper calendar.
I love it.
All right. So this week, uh, I'll be at the Comedy Connection. All the shows are sold out. Let's go to January. Governors in Levittown, January 11th. Andiamo's in Detroit, January 17th. Funny Bone in Albany, January 24th, 25. And Max Eskers in Staten Island, January 31st. And then in Palmetto, I'm doing the Palmetto Resorts Casino, which is just south of Tampa, February 1st. I guess that's good enough for now.
Guys,
Watch
Google
my
Vic.
videos. Paul,
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough, man.
Oh, guys, Google Vic Dibitetto. Go to vicdibitetto.net. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I mean this. As a young comic coming up till now, there are very, very, very few comedians who demolish and kill a room like Vic Dibitetto. Okay. I remember somebody said to me in a crowd, Paul, I love you. You're one of our favorites. And I remember when I opened for you and we were at Governor's and somebody said, you're the best comedian. And I remember because you were killing so hard and these people came back for you. And now that I'm getting a taste of that, it's seeing it differently and seeing it how I want to do it. And it's what you did, which is just get on stage and be a murderer. Check out everything Vic does. Thank you so much for being here. We'll do it again one time, my friend. And I hope to run into you.
Thank you for everything you said. And now I got to take out the garbage.
I'll see you guys next week.
Paul, thank you.